Okay, where were we? Now, what we've done so far, just to recap, we've cut the panel out from the main section of the cockpit, just to make it a lot easier to work with. We've shifted some of the more essential BD-5J gauges, vertical speed indicator, EGT, RPM, and we've applied a Garmin G1000 audio panel and main to the panel. Now, the problem that we've found is that it's still using some of the older textures. So on this screen where you would normally see the PFD gauge, it's actually using the same material as these gauges. So we'll need to address that. We also need to address the UV mapping. As you can see, I've created a new map here. Just open this up, right, and zoom in. I've taken the DA40 bitmap from the the G1000 bitmap from the DA40, applied it in here. Needs to be made a little bit different to make it a bit clearer. So I'll just close that. And as you can see, the dimensions don't quite fit, so we just need to do some map changing. Now, first thing I need to do is we select the object, in this case the PFD, and we will, from our drop down list, we'll select unwrap UVW. Now UVWs are essentially coordinates that Max uses to place textures onto a part, as far as I'm aware. So we'll just edit this and a new window should pop up. Okay. Now if we ignore all these big green bits, they don't really apply, you'll have here a thick blue box. That represents your texture map, in this case G1000.bmp. Now that picture we saw, and you could see that it's very poor quality, so I'll just quickly adjust the settings. We'll uncheck use custom bitmap size and tile bitmap, so we just see the one bitmap there. Use custom bitmap size ignores these two values here. We'll display a bitmap to the resolution that you need it at. And constant update means that if I move around in here, it'll straight away apply to the 3D model there. So my issue at the moment, apart from anything else, is, there we go, this section, the edge of the display, is not scaled correctly for the aircraft, for the bitmap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ones, oops, and I'm going to completely remove them out of the picture. It gives me something else to work with then. Okay, so we've selected these, and what I want to do now is rescale. Oops. Select the vertices. We want to rescale this so it fits nicely. We don't have to scale it too much down. And for the most part you'd use a wireframe, but really I don't have a lot of... we're close to it. Maybe just 1% more down. Yeah. I just cannot get the scale right. It doesn't need to be by much. So a lot of this is just trial and error, bit by bit. Okay, I'll try this instead. Why didn't I think of using that tool in the first place? Okay, as you can see now they're pretty much online around the edges. Here we go. And that will then also show here, as you can see. Not bad, even if I do say so myself. Okay, now we do the same for the audio panel here. Yep. Why is my... Oh, bugger it. Okay. Okay. 3ds Max crashed on me, as it has a tendency to do. So we'll load it up again. In the meantime, here's some music. Not. Okay. We'll open up our recovered file. And I'll actually save that. Scenes, BD-5, itchy back, RTM. I'll save it as a new file name, just in case there's anything gone wrong with it and I don't end up losing everything. Okay, so again, audio panel, edit the UV map. Now, these triangles all represent the tiny little lights. Again, not something that I'm particularly bothered with at the moment, so we'll move some of these things out of the road, mainly because I don't need them. They apply to other objects. I'll select that. Okay. And once again, we'll find a reference point. There. We'll use our scale tool. Working with Max can be a fiddly and time-consuming and monotonous, much like my voice, aspect of building planes. But it's got to be done. Okay, how does that look? Oh, pretty good, I'd say.